Hi guys, welcome back. It's Tracy with TR's Tarot Talk 1111. Definitely childproof, huh? I am here today because I told you yesterday when I uploaded that video that I might do a video on the manifestation techniques that I learned from another YouTuber. I did find her link. I will link her in the description box below. I just wanted to clear space and ground for a moment here. Burn some Palo Santo. Okay, so for those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Tracy. I am a psychic medium, a Reiki healer, intuitive. I channel divine masculine, divine feminine, twin flame energies. I am a divine feminine. I am on this journey along with many of you. And I just wanted to show you guys the miraculous manifestation that I did. And it really blew me away. And I want to share it. But before we get into all of that, I just want to say thank you to all of my loyal viewers that come back and watch every time they see that there's been an upload. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your donations, for your private messages, of your requests for private readings. You know who you are. You guys rock. Thank you. I feel like we're soul tribe, soul family. I love this channel because it has brought me into contact with so many divine feminines and even a couple divine masculines. So that's just a little bit about me. If you want to know more, there's an interview a friend of mine did on me way back when. Look through my previous uploads. I think it was like back in maybe January or February. All right, so now we're going to get into the video. If you'd like your own private reading, please do hit me up, hit that link below. If you'd like to donate a cup of coffee for the energy I give to you, you can do that. There's a link for that in the description box below. And I've had a few of my viewers ask me about, would I be interested in teaching a tarot class, tarot and oracle, basically how to channel divine messages, to how to be the oracle, because I was told I was the oracle. Okay, so there are many of us. It's not like I'm any better than anybody else. Anybody can be the oracle, right? All right, so if you're interested in learning how to read tarot, then please let me know in the comments below. If I get at least 10 people that are willing to sign up for the class, there would be an energy exchange. I will keep it very affordable because it's the holiday season, and I know it's not, big buck time for most people, but even the people that make it and have a lot of abundance, because we all have a lot of abundance, you just reach out and pull it from the ethers, right? Which is what this video is going to be about, by the way, is manifestation. But anyhow, back to my original thought. Let's just get this video going. If you would be interested in a class on how to read tarot, let me know, because I would do that if I had enough people interested. Okay, let me know in the comments or email me. Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I was watching a YouTuber, and I believe her name is, I can't think of it, and I just, conscious attraction or something. I'm going to link her, I promise, in the description box below. I watched one of her videos. It was like 7 or 8 minutes long. It wasn't that long at all. I was bored. I was, just looking for something to kill some time. And what she said was to imagine. Well, actually, she said she was going to give me 3 choices. Okay. A feather, a rubber ducky, or a drum. Now, I have a drum. I have several drums. Actually, I have several feathers too, but I don't need a rubber ducky. So I picked a feather because you can never have too many feathers. And my spirit animals, a lot of them are birds. Okay, so I picked a feather. And in this exercise, she said to imagine holding it. What color is it? What size is it? Imagine it's placing it on your table. Imagine it on a billboard. Imagine it on a bumper sticker. She walked us through, the viewers through several ways that you could create it in your mind space, right? But then she said the most important part was to forget about it, just to think it's done, it's coming, it's on its way, and then forget about it. And so I did this technique, and I did it with 4 things, 3 of which are on the table today. The 4th one's all muddy out in my mud room, and I don't want to bring it out, but I'll get to that. Okay, so first off, I did the feather manifestation. I pictured this beautiful feather, I didn't care, what bird it came from. I just wanted a nice big, like a smudging feather, something beautiful that I could put on my altar. And I pictured it in my hand. Well, first I pictured it in my head. What color it would be, what length it would be, how big it would be, how beautiful it would be. Then I pictured me holding it, okay? Touching it, feeling it. I pictured me setting it on my altar, and what would it look like sitting there on my altar. And then I felt gratitude for it, like it was already there. I was like, oh, I can't wait for this feather to show up because it's going to look perfect on my altar, right? So that was the first manifestation. Then I did this technique literally with 4 things. The next thing was, if you follow my channel, you will see that I was given by Spirit and my spirit guides a guided meditation for light workers, basically for anybody who's on the ascension path. Not everybody is a twin flame, but everybody that is ascending is being called forward to serve on mission the planet in some way, shape, or form. And in order to do that, we had to heal and purge and cleanse our heart and have, that soul as light as a feather, heart with wings, right? So for this meditation, I pictured this beautiful pink heart, right? And I found one and I put it on the meditation. It's right at the very beginning if you watch it. Big puff pink heart. Anyhow, I apologize. My nose is itching. So anyhow, I tried to manifest that too. And I pictured it. I held it. I wanted it to be, a crystal. I didn't care if it was rose quartz or rhodochrosite or whatever it was, as long as it was pink. Okay. And actually, I kind of pictured it about this size. I didn't, picture it big and giant. But I pictured it, a nice size crystal. So I did the same thing. I pictured me having it, sleeping with it, meditating with it, feeling the love and joy of having it, honoring it. And, I pictured it on my table. I pictured it in my bed. Yeah, in my bed, I sleep with crystals. Anyhow, it's a great thing to do. So number 2 was the crystal, a pink crystal. All right, number 3 was I wanted a new deck of tarot cards that I didn't have to pay for. They could be donated. They could be given. I could find them. I could whatever. But I didn't want to pay for them. I didn't care. I just wanted a tarot deck. I left it up to Spirit what it would look like, really. I just pictured a box that said tarot in my hand, and I went through the same manifestation techniques. Okay. So is that all 4? Feather, crystal. Oh, no. Number 4 is the boots. Okay. So I moved out in the country, and it's really muddy here. Like the trailer court that I live in does not have paved roads. It's dirt. And it gets muddy, grubby, and like I'm constantly fighting the battle of cleaning mud off of my 10-year-old kid's shoes, right? And mine. So anyhow, I wanted a pair of boots. And so one of the other techniques that the lady showed in the YouTube video was that you could shop for them. You could go online, you could Google it, you could go to eBay or Amazon, but you wanted to shop for it. You wanted to get excited about what they would look like, and how they would fit you, and how effective they would be for the use that you needed them for. So I got a Cabela's magazine out, and I shopped through all the ladies' boots, and there were some really good looking boots, but that's not practical for where I live. So I looked at this pair of like duck boots. They have the dark blue rubber, they look like rubber boots around the toe, and then the top part is like a wheat color. I'm sure you guys have seen them. They're very common. But I specifically chose those boots, right? And I went through that manifestation technique again. I don't know why, but I want to light a. So now we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. Okay. So the idea is you select the item or the person or the situation that you want to manifest. And then you have to create it in your mind. Then you have to apply it in your life. Like, how would it serve you? Where would it be? What would you do with it? What would it look like? And then you got to marry it with the feeling of gratitude and knowing that it's coming. It's done. It's done. You don't have to beg for it. You don't have to obsess on it, codepend on it. It's done. And then you go about your life and see what happens. So here's the miracle, guys. Here's the miracle. 11 minutes in, right? I went, I think it was 2 weekends ago, to Cincinnati, Ohio, Sharonsville to be exact, for the Victory of Light show. Well, before I left, my father calls me up and he's like, "Hey, Tracy, Mary," who is his girlfriend. Hi, Mary. I think you watch. I'm not sure. If you're there, thank you for the boots. Anyhow, my dad calls me up and asks me what size shoe I wear. So I told him, and he's like, "Well, Mary has a pair of boots that do not fit her, and she doesn't like them, and she can't take them back, and wants to know if they'll fit you. Do you want them?" Now, mind you, yes, I was trying to manifest boots, but I didn't think this was my manifestation because Mary is my dad's age, okay? So I kind of figured, because my mom always wore those quilted, fuzzy, old lady boots. No offense, Mary, if you're watching, you're beautiful and you dress classy. But anyhow, I really didn't think this would be my boots, So I said, "Sure, Dad, when I get back from Cincinnati, I'll come and look at them. If they fit me, I'll take them." So I'm going to leave that there. I'll come back to that, okay? Because as of this moment in the story, I had not seen them. So next, I drive from my house to Cleveland to my friend Liz's house. Hi, Liz, if you're watching, and thank you for the gift. Anyhow, I get in her car. We're piling out of my car. I'm piling out of my car, putting all my stuff in her car. And there's a bag in the floor, and, it's muddy. I didn't want to step on it. So I asked her, I said, "Hey, Liz, can I put this stuff in the back? I don't want to destroy it." I didn't look in the bag. It was none of my business. But she said, "That's for you, Tracy." She said, "A friend of mine's daughter bought some stuff, and it kind of creeped her out. And so I thought you could use it because I know you have a channel and you might be able to use it." So guess what it was? I'm going to show you. She gave me a new deck, brand new deck of tarot cards that I didn't have to pay for, mind you. Not just a deck of tarot cards, but it came with 2 beautiful books, brand new books on how to read the tarot, which, by the way, if you guys decide you want the tarot class, we will implement these books, and I will give them away, the books, because I really don't need them. I have tons of books on tarot, but I'm going to give these away to some lucky winner if all this manifests, and we're going to manifest it, right? So there's manifestation number 1. I got my deck of cards that I did not have to pay for, and 2 books to go with it. Okay, I'm going to set these down here to make room. So then I go to the show, and we're setting up. We're vendors the night before, the readers and all the vendors, the people that sell things and do healings and crystals and all that stuff. And it's a big show. Okay, so there's a buddy of mine, and I never know his real name. I should know it. He knows my name, but I call him the wizard because he is the crystal wizard, right? He's got this beautiful Gandalf beard, and he dyes it multiple colors, and he's just a really cool guy, and he gives the best hugs in the whole wide world. So anyhow, I'm setting up, and I got all set up. Liz was still setting up. She has a lot more stuff than I do. So I decided I was going to walk around and say hi to my buddies, right? So I walked over, I saw him, and I gave him a big hug. We said hi, and I saw this beautiful, beautiful, guys, great, big rose quartz puff heart crystal. I've seen them on other vendors' tables, and they were big bucks, right? So I said to him, I said, hey, Wiz, if that doesn't sell by Sunday, I'm going to come over and buy it, because that is exactly what I picture the heart crystal that I want for my meditation. Okay. So he tells me, why don't you go ahead and take it? And you can keep it on your table for the weekend and pay me for it on Sunday. And I didn't even look at the price. I was like, oh no, no, can't do it. I got to make the money first. I'm real big on, you got to have it to spend it, which is probably not good for manifestation, but I'm just saying. So anyhow, we go out to dinner. He leaves, we leave, everybody's just going their own separate ways. We go back to our room. The next morning I come in to start work, and look at what was sitting. And this sucker's big, man. It's heavy, heavy. I mean, look at it. Look how wide, how thick, how beautiful this rose quartz crystal is. I come in, and it's sitting on my chair, sitting there. So I was amazed. Okay, I didn't know if it was a gift or if he was just being adamant about me having it until I could pay for it. So I went over and I tried to pay him for it, and he gave me a hug, and he said, give me, I think it was $20. I don't remember now. And we'll call it even. And I was like, oh no, I've seen them on other vendors' tables, for sale, these, rock sellers. And they're like $200, $250. And he says, no, I think it was 20 or 40. I don't remember. But anyhow, it was not much at all. So I paid him for it. And look at, I mean, I'm telling you, you couldn't touch a quartz crystal like this for the money that he gave it to me for. And quite frankly, I think he wanted to give it to me for free, but he kind of knew that I wasn't going to take it. So he asked for an energetic exchange, and it wasn't much at all. So there's manifestation number 2. I got my pink heart, and I got my free tarot deck, right? All right, so now we're moving on. Almost last but not least, I went to see my friend Kevin. I don't know if he watches my shows, but hi, Kevin. I love you. You're a great friend, and you also give the best hugs in the whole wide world. And so Kevin is an artist, and I don't want to put his business out there because it's not my place to do that, but we have both suffered some loss in our lives. I lost my mother and sister, and he lost a loved one. And we were talking about the grieving process, and how Spirit's been helping us to purge and to heal and to get to an okay place with that loss, right? To let go of the anger, the blame, the shame, all those things that come with the grieving process. Anyhow, so there's this man sitting next to us, and I can't say his name on camera because I don't have his permission. And quite frankly, I'm not sure if I remember it, but he is a reader and he is a shaman. And he overheard our conversation because we're in a booth and there's just a little curtain about waist high between us. And he came over and gave me this beautiful turkey feather. I mean, just look at how gorgeous. Look at these little, it's beautiful, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. And exactly the way I pictured the feather that I wanted to manifest. Exactly. Right down to the ribbing. I didn't know it was a turkey feather. I didn't know. I just could picture it, right? So I manifested it. And you know what he said to me? He said that the Native Americans have a legend or a teaching that when you lose a loved one and you face your fears and you come to a peaceful place with their passing, I can't remember the exact way he taught it to me, but it basically is that spirit brings you a feather to remember them by. And because now your heart and your soul is as light as a feather because you've come to a place of peace with those people's passing. So thank you, Spirit. I manifested my feather, I manifested my crystal, and I manifested my deck of cards. Okay, so now we're going to fast forward to when I get back from the weekend. I get back from the weekend, and I had forgotten completely about these boots, right? My dad calls me up and says, hey, would you like to go to lunch today? I'm like, absolutely, I miss you. Let's go, right? So we go out to lunch together. After lunch, he says, will you come over to the house for a little while? I got those boots for you. And I was like, oh, I forgot all about those boots. All right, sure, I'll come over and get them. Now, in my mind, I was seeing like black, I don't know why, but I pictured them as being black boots, quilted with like fuzzy fur at the top, ladies' boots, right? I didn't think they were going to be real good for like winter weather or for muddy, sloppy weather, right? So I get to his house and behold, here are the exact, and I do mean exact, right down to the name brand, okay, which I can't remember at the moment, but they were the exact boots that I shopped for in the Cabela's magazine. Yeah, and they were my size. So now I manifested the boots, the feather, the heart crystal, pink heart crystal, and the free tarot deck. So that, guys, 21, 22 minutes it took me to tell you that story. But isn't that beautiful? I want you to know that you can do this. Now, these are small things. It's easy to do. The biggest step in manifesting is vibrationally being in alignment with it. Okay, you can think about it, you can say mantras, you can write it out 150 times, you can do all of the techniques that you want to. But the key technique that I found with the manifesting that I did and have done, I mean, I manifested a new life. I manifested everything. I broke down and cried the other night watching TV because it just hit me right in the solar plexus that everything in my home I bought. I did. I didn't have a mate. I didn't have a spouse. I didn't have a friend. I mean, yeah, I've had some gifts. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying like I manifested a brand new life. I don't look the same. I don't dress the same. I don't act the same. I've learned a lot. And the one thing that I have learned on this journey is that when you manifest, you've got to be in vibrational alignment with what it is you're manifesting. So you have to feel worthy of it. You know, you're not going to win the lottery, billions of dollars if you've got blocks, and I do, on money, because I was raised to believe that people with money are greedy. They're self-centered. They're I don't know. I just always had a problem with people. I seen people driving Hummers, and I'm like, what a freaking waste. The money you spent for that Hummer, you could feed how many children, you know, or put a roof over somebody's head that's living out in the cold. I just had this real problem with money. I still do. I'm working through that because someday I'm going to get to the other side of that. That is a block that I am working on energetically. So what I'm trying to say is energetically, you got to feel worthy of it. You know, I felt worthy of a feather. I felt worthy of a crystal. I felt worthy of a tarot deck and a pair of boots. Okay. Those are small ticket items. But if you're trying to manifest your twin flame, you gotta know you're worth it. You got to know that it's coming, that you're in alignment with it, that you are ready, willing, and able to open up and accept and receive it. And then you got to just think in your mind, it's done. It's done. I don't know how long it'll take. It might take a week. It might take a month. It might take 32 years. But if it's for me, it's for me. And nobody can take that from you, right? Nobody can take from you what is for you. So you have to vibrationally align with what you want. And then you got to kind of forget about it, because you can't force it to happen. You don't chase what you want. You attract it. You attract it. You vibrate at the same frequency of the joy, peace, and love and happiness that it will bring you, and you know you're worthy of it. So this has been my little mini lesson on the law of attraction. It's new to me. What I want to do before we end the video is, I do have this new tarot deck. I have this new deck. Okay. 2 of these decks were donated to me. Thank you. You know who you are. I received an email where they asked me for my P.O. box so they could send me a couple of decks, and I told them they could choose them. I didn't care what they were. I would use them for readings. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I got this beautiful Earth Magic Oracle card, Stephen D. Farmer, from a viewer. I won't mention any names because I didn't ask for permission to do that. And this deck was donated, and I've seen other readers use this deck. This is beautiful. This really resonates with me as a light worker, and I'm going to do a pick-a-pile reading on what is your spirit mission. If you're a light worker, what is your earth mission? Okay, and I'm going to use this deck. This is Work Your Light Oracle Cards by Rebecca Campbell. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you for the donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, and now these decks I bought off of Hay House, which, by the way, they have a special right now, $9 a deck for certain decks. So go check that out. Okay, so this one is the Spirit Messages Daily Guidance Oracle deck by John Holland. This is the guy that did the Psychic Tarot, and I love his decks. Okay, so I'm going to also do a reading. We're going to play with these guys. We're going to have some fun with these. The next deck that I bought is the Guardian Angel Tarot cards by Radley Valentine. These are very gentle tarot cards. You don't read them in the reverse, and they have nothing but positive messages, but they are tarot. Okay, so we will find a way to incorporate those in our readings. And then we have Sandra Ann Taylor, the Quantum Oracle deck. And I checked these. I did a reading for myself last night with all of these. And I'm telling you, it was extremely healing. I had a breakthrough on one of my blocks last night using these decks. Okay. All right. So before I end the reading, I was going to pull a couple of cards. I think I'm just going to pull 2 for you guys because the video is getting kind of lengthy here. Spirit, I would like to incorporate this beautiful new deck for my viewers. Can we get a soul message for the collective? All right. And look, you are the oracle. This is what I got in a meditation before I ever saw these cards. Okay. So this really resonated with me. All right. And I'm going to draw one from here. We'll play with the other decks in a full reading. But right now, I just want to pull a few cards for the day for you guys. Spirit, can we get a collective soul message for my viewers for today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. Let's see where we are going. What our message is. All right. So soul message. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution and expression. Ooh, this is self-persecution, by the way. Look at the waves. And in the background there is the pyramid. Look at all the stars. So some of you guys have really been in hermit mode. I know I have. I've been sticking around home doing a lot of healing. So let's read out of the book. Since we're just doing one card. I'll read from the book because this is a beautiful deck and it really, really, you got to read the book. You just got to. Until you get used to the messages. If I can find it. There it is, 76. All right. Share your voice. Come out of the cave, persecution, and expression. You're being called to share your voice, perhaps by speaking up in a relationship or through writing, speaking, singing, or some other form of creative expression. We each hold a deep truth within us that longs to be expressed, sculpted from lifetimes. The voice of your soul is like no other. It carries with it wisdom that can only be gained through soul history and growth. By remembering, tapping into, and expressing this unique tone, we not only heal ourselves, we also heal the planet at large. When you share your voice, you unlock something in the universe and call a missing piece of yourself home. Your individual voice is the most powerful sound current on the planet. If you have kept your soul's voice silent or held back, chanting or singing could truly be life-changing for you. As we shed the layers of our personality and start letting our unique soul speak through us, we discover that we actually have a very clear message that longs to be shared. The more we speak, the clearer it gets. There has never been a better time in history than right now to rise up, speak your truth, share your soul's voice. If you feel fearful, know that you are not alone and that the world needs your unique tone in order to harmonize the frequencies of the planet. As we each rise up and share our song, we make it easier for the next person to do the same. Okay, so the work your light action, you're supposed to hold the card over your heart and say, I express myself, I share my voice, I speak to those who can hear. Who can hear. Beautiful message, guys. And guess what? Tonight is karaoke night, and you all know how I love to sing. So that's going to be my sharing my voice tonight. Oh. So share your voice with a loving man. If the twinsies are watching, maybe it's time to reach out to your masculine. Let's take a look at the loving man. Beautiful, beautiful message. Goodness. Wasn't expecting that, was I? 119. Tender-hearted masculine energy. A man holding a bouquet of flowers walks toward you on a path. The energy that comes from him is compassionate and down to earth. This could portend the beginning of a new romantic relationship, or it could indicate the deepening of a present love. Open your heart and know that you deserve the depth of love that stirs your soul and fills your life with companionship and purpose. There can be all sorts of loving men in your life. In fact, you could be that loving masculine energy. So be kind to yourself. Look at all the ways you can bring more love to your life and the lives of those around you. A kind word, a tender hug, laughter, shared, all of these will raise the vibration of love within and around you. Affirmation. More and more, I feel the tender-hearted energy all around me and bring that caring attitude toward myself. Okay, so this, guys, this could be divine masculine energy within you, or it could be your divine masculine. And with the share your voice, perhaps Spirit saying, if you haven't talked in a while, it's time to reach out and say hi. Okay, so this has been your little powwow with Reverend Tracy for the day. And I hope you liked it. And I am planning on doing an in-depth reading with these cards for you guys sometime soon. And oh, I almost forgot. If you're not familiar with Lepidolite, this is almost like a lilac purple, and it's real shiny, like little sparkles in it. Can you see it? This is a big piece that I found in the rock garden at Noema in Austinburg, Ohio. So the reason I brought that to my table, and I was going to tell it to you when I was doing the manifestation thing, but anyhow, I had a dream about this, and I didn't know the name of it. Seriously. And my spirit guides brought it to me in a dream, and the exact name too. It was Lepidolite. And in my dream, there was a vendor, a woman, and she had it on her table, and she was telling me the metaphysical properties of it. And it helps with grounding, centering, and the ascension process. And I think a lot of us need that. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to look for a Google link for Lepidolite metaphysical properties, and I will link that in the description box below. So if you have been struggling with ascension symptoms, like ringing in the ears, voracious appetite where you feel like eating, or the opposite where you can't eat anything, or certain foods you've become sensitive to. Like me, I really have a hard time eating meat now. And it's the empathy. Like I can't deal with the energy of the meat. It's not that I don't like meat. It's just the treatment that the animals go through before they are slaughtered is not a good vibe. And now my body's very sensitive to that. So I pick around the meat, and it's probably, not good because I need protein, but I'm going to have to find other ways to incorporate it because meat's really, unless I can find a local butcher that has beautiful animals that are loved and honored and treated with respect and kindness, I think I'll pass on the meat for a while. But anyhow, this rock, Lepidolite, will help you with these symptoms, and I will link that in the description box below. And I want to thank you all for spending a little over a half an hour with me today, and I hope you learned something from it. I'm going to link the law of attraction lady down below, and if she finds out that I'm talking about her, I apologize that I didn't know your name when I did my video, but I was in a hurry and I just wanted to get it done. So I will link her in the description box below. Make sure you give her a thumbs up and subscribe to her channel if you like her techniques, and I will see you next time. Namaste.